Okay, so today we're going over Overwatch terms, and there will also be video in the background showing what those terms mean. I will have a Lucio 1v1 against all heroes guide up shortly, hopefully this week. Just be patient with me. Things have been a bit chaotic the last couple weeks, and I prefer to make actual quality guides and content rather than just random guesses at who's meta and who isn't, and what Hero 27 is going to be, and random gossip like that. So anyway, here we go. Overwatch terms. Baby Diva or Mini Diva. Diva without her mech. Boop. Knocking an enemy back or possibly off the edge. Backcap. Sneaking past the opposing team and capturing the point or pushing the payload to the checkpoint without them noticing. Body block. Standing in front of a teammate and taking damage to protect them from harm. Call out. Saying something particular in voice chat to alert your teammates. Card. The set of 3 or 4 players shown at the end of the match. It's a rough indication that the player played well, although that's not necessarily always the case. Carrying. One player playing much better than the rest of their team and being the primary reason for their team's success. Choke or choke point. A narrow area in which an attacking team has to get through. C9. When a team loses the match because they weren't paying attention to the objective or accidentally got off. Cheese comp, a combination of characters that are very obnoxious to deal with and hard to counter when your team isn't coordinated, such as Symmetra, Torbjorn, or Bastion. Deathball, a team comp and playstyle that focuses on staying together so they can mow down anyone who gets close. Dive, a team comp and playstyle that focuses on using their high mobility to take out key targets before their opponents can react. Death room or microwave room, a room filled with Symmetra turrets that will quickly eliminate opposing players who enter. Demon. Her. DM, Diva's defense matrix ability. Dry push, a team attack in which a team decides only to charge up their ultimate percentages instead of using them, so that they'll have lots of ultimates in the next fight. E, a character's second special ability. The name comes from the key used to activate it on PC. On consoles, it's usually the right shoulder button. El Presidente, President Bastion, Protect the President, Pirate Ship. A team strategy based on putting Bastion on a payload and defending him with either an Ariza or Reinhardt shield, which can be very effective at taking out uncoordinated teams. Elo Hell. A controversial term used by players who feel they are stuck in a particular rank and no matter how well they play, they cannot climb out. The validity of this claim is often disputed among players. Eat or Ate. Diva using her defense matrix ability to stop an opposing ability or ultimate from the other team. Feed or Feeding. A player who's constantly dying and thus giving lots of ultimate charge to the opposing team. FTH, an abbreviation of McCree's Fan the Hammer ability, which when used in combination after his flashbang ability, is often seen as a lack of skill from the McCree player. Flex, a player skilled in a diverse range of heroes. Frag, a term for a kill or an elimination. Flanker, a hero that excels at using their mobility to get behind enemy lines and create disruptions, such as Tracer, Genji, or Sombra. Game Sense, the ability to know what is going on in a match as a whole, similar to IQ or awareness in sports. Hit Scan, weapons with 0 travel time, and thus hit whatever the crosshair is pointed at as soon as the weapon is fired. Insta-locking, selecting a particular hero before anyone else has a chance to, and without consulting the rest of your team. It's huge, or big. A call to let your team know when you've gotten lots of kills with a big ultimate ability, like Diva's Self-Destruct or Junkrat's Riptire. Also done as a call out to follow up ultimate abilities like Reinhardt's Earth Shatter or Zarya's Graviton Surge, to let your team know now is a good time to capitalize on the enemy team being temporarily immobilized or otherwise impeded in some way. Lit, another term for low HP. King of the Hill, another term for the control game mode. Cough, an abbreviation of King of the Hill. LOS, an abbreviation for line of sight. Main, anchor, or shield tank. This will be Reinhardt, Winston, or Ariza. The tank hero that leads their team's charge and creates space for their own teammates. Meta, a term talking about what's the best way to play on the current patch of the game. MMR, matchmaking rank, a hidden rank that Blizzard uses to decide who they match you up against. Mega and Mini, health packs or the health pack rooms, either big or small, respectively. Must pick, a hero that is considered so powerful that not choosing them on your team is unwise and increases your chance of losing. Blank numbers stack, such as 6-stack, a group of a number of players who grouped up to play as a team before this particular match, indicated by the white line connecting them in-game, or a green line if it's a group you are a part of. Off tank, this will be D.Va, Roadhog, and Zarya, a tank who doesn't protect their team the way a main tank does, but still can absorb a lot of damage as well as dishing it out. One trick, a player who plays only or mostly one hero. Overextending, pushing too far forward towards the enemy team where your own team can't help you. 1 HP, a hero that is one hit or very close to one hit away from dying, usually used as a call out to let your team know either to attack an enemy hero who is low health or telling your team that you're low health and in desperate need of healing. Pharmacy, a combination of Pharah and Mercy flying together in the sky. Pick, getting an elimination on an enemy player early on in or before a team fight. Peeling, going back to help a teammate who's being attacked, often associated with supports who need help with flankers. Personal or personal bubble, Zarya's self-shield, usually used in a call-out when an opposing Zarya has used it to let your team know she won't be able to fully protect herself for a short time, so now is a good time to eliminate her. Pocketed or pocketing, a player, most often a DPS or tank, that is constantly being healed by one of their supports, making it difficult to eliminate them. An example of this is the Pharmacy combo. Point, another name for the objective. Projectile, an attack, unlike hit scan, that has a travel time, such as Pharah's rockets, which must fly through the air before hitting their target. Push, a coordinated team attack to take an objective. Purple, negatively affected by Ana's biotic grenade and unable to be healed for a short time. Q, an alternate name for an ultimate ability. Rambo, an attempt by a player to take on the opposing team by themselves. Unfortunately, this ends in failure more than 9 times out of 10. Shift, a character's first special ability. The name comes from the key used on PC. It's usually the left bumper on consoles. Smurf, an account created by a player that is much lower than their primary account. This can be for a variety of reasons, and the existence of Smurfs is kind of a controversial topic in the community. Reset, a call out to give up for now on trying to take the objective and instead opt for a retreat and regroup with the rest of your team for the next push. Res, Mercy's resurrect ability. Solo queue, playing the game without grouping up with anyone else. Shield war, both teams trying to break the other team's Rein or Ariza's shield. This typically goes in favor of the team with high damage heroes like Bastion, Junkrat, or Roadhog. Stagger, eliminating a player sometime after the team fight is over, forcing their team to wait even longer before being able to fully regroup. Stall, staying on a point for as long as you can to delay the enemy from taking it, or to delay until your team can fully regroup. Characters like Tracer, Lucio, and Mei excel at this. Streets, the second of the 3 sections of a payload or hybrid map. 2CP, an abbreviation for 2 capture point, which is another term for the assault game mode. This is a somewhat controversial game mode because of how difficult it can be for attacking teams to take the second point, even when they play well. Throwing, intentionally attempting to lose a match. Tilt, a player that becomes so angry or frustrated that they can no longer focus on the game. Trash damage, damage done that doesn't actually lead to kills. due to the supports on the enemy team healing it right back up. Trickling, a player or series of players going in one by one attempting to attack an objective instead of grouping up as a team. Team comp, the composition of the 6 characters on a team. This is a somewhat controversial topic in the community, as many people have opinions on which characters work well together, which don't, and whether or not it's okay or makes sense to play a combination of characters who supposedly don't work well together. Team fight, a fight in which all or almost all 12 players are engaged at once. Tick, 1/3 of the capture percentage needed to successfully take a point. Ult, an alternate name for a character's ultimate ability. Some common ultimate ability nicknames: Valk, Bomb, Trans, Trank, Visor, Tac Visor, Aimbot, Tire, High Noon, Beat, Bongo, Walls, Wall Hacks, Telly. There are also nicknames for ultimate combos. I'll quickly go over a few of Anna's as an example. There's Electric Cowboy, Nano Blade, Nano Visor, Beyblade, Boostio. Depending on who you play with, the terms can get kinda colloquial. Widow, please switch. A way to tell the Widowmaker on your team who hasn't gotten a single kill in the entire game that yes, it is indeed time to pick a different hero. Alrighty, that'll do for this video. And again, there are timestamps in the description so you can go back at any time you need to check out some terms that you aren't familiar with yet. If there's anything you feel like I missed, make sure to type it down in the comments below for everyone. Thanks to everyone on Reddit and the Overwatch Wiki for helping me out in making this. And thank you all for watching this all the way to the end. You can subscribe for more educational Overwatch content, and I'll see you next time.